It's wrong again. What must be really the answer? I've tried many times, but then I ended up wrong, and I cannot move to the next problem. Lord, please, what should I do?
Are you stuck in solving math problems? Worry no more, a little child, because we are here, your fairy godmother and fairy godfathers, wholeheartedly willing to teach you and solving math problems in an easier and understandable way.
So, the problem is 1 over x minus 6 over 5x plus 1. Am I right? But before that, we all have to do is to find LCD or the least common denominator, my dear. So, x is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x. Next is 5x. So 5x is equals to 5x, 10x, 15x, and so on. Now, do you find any same numbers in the screen? If yes, then great. Now, that's the LCD we were looking for. For now, Fairy Godmother Marixie will continue the
Thank you,
solving.
Fairy God. Thank you, Fairy Godmother Karin. Now that we got the LCD, which is 5x, multiply it on both sides of the equation, which now becomes 5x times 1 over x minus 6 over 5x equals to 1 times 5x. 5x multiplied to 1 over x is 5, and 5x multiplied to negative 6, 5x is only negative 6 because 5x divided by its denominator equals to 1. While on the other side, 1 times 5x is 5x. We get 5 negative 6 equals 5x and 5 negative 6 equals negative 1. So we have negative 1 equals 5x. After this, divide both sides by 5 and the resulting answer will be x equals negative 1 over 5. But the tutorial doesn't end here, our pretty Cinderella, because we also prepared another way to find the values of x. Dear Lucille, what do you got there?
My child will be making it easier like magic, adding the right side of the equation using their LCD, which is 5x. So 5x divided by 5x is 1x, times 6 is 6x, and 5x divided by 1 is 5x, times 1 is 5x. Since you cannot add terms with different variables, so the sum would be 6 plus 5x over 5x. Then apply cross multiplication in the equation 1 over x equals 6 plus 5x over 5x. Quotient would be 5x equals to the quantity of 6 plus 5x times x. To solve this, just copy 5x and equal sign, apply distributive property, so positive 6 times positive x is 6x, and positive 5x times positive x is positive 5x squared, resulting to quadratic equation. To solve this, you need to write this in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So it would be 5x squared plus 6x, transpose positive 5x to the other side of the equation, it will be negative 5x. Since transposing will change its original sign and all of this is equal to 0. Simplify further, my dear, so it will be 5x squared plus positive 6x minus negative 5x is positive x equals to 0. And now to solve the given quadratic equation, here's your another fairy godmother, Shahani.
Your godmother, Lucille, is correct. After equating the equation to zero, proceed on finding the values of x. Let's use factoring. In this case, we'll factor a quadratic binomial. Looking at the equation, the only common factor is x. So let's multiply x by 5x plus 1 equals to 0. Notice that there are two factors, x and 5x plus 1 out of 5x squared plus x. Equate each other to 0, we get x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 5x plus 1. The first value, x is equals to 0, is undefined because x cannot be 0. Let us not mind this and focus on the second one, which is x is equals to 5x plus 1. To further simplify 5x plus 1, transpose positive 1 to the other side and it becomes negative 1. Divide both sides by 5, The resulting answer is x is equals to negative 1 over 5. Thus, my child, there are two values of x, which are x is equals to 0 and x is equals to negative 1 over 5. To know if these values are true, let's listen to the other godmothers.
Thank you, Fairy Godmother Shahani. And yes, darling, we will be checking the solution back to its original equation. And now copy the given problem, and that is 1 over x equals 6 over 5x plus 1 to replace the x with the value of x, and that is negative 1 over 5. And it would be look like this. 1 over negative 1 over 5 equals to 6 over 5 times negative 1 over 5 plus 1. Then multiply 5 times negative 1 over 5, since it's the only term that needs to multiply. And 5 times negative 1 over 5 would equal to negative 1. It should look like this. And lastly, divide all the terms of 1 over negative 1 over 5 and 6 negative 1, so that we would get the answer. And if the value of x is negative 1 over 5, it should look like this. 1 over negative 1 over 5 would be negative 5. And 6 over negative 1 plus 1 is equal to negative 5. So the final would be negative 5 equals to negative 5. Therefore, that is a true statement. The computed value of x, which is negative 1 over 5, is the solution to the given rational equation. Oh, would you look at the time? It's almost midnight. Let's hurry. And your godfather would tell you the next step for your happily ever after.
Fairy Godmother Danny. So to check if the value x is equal to 0 is correct, so the first step is we will substitute the given value of x to the original equation. So all the x in the original equation will turn to 0. So 1 over x will be 1 over 0 is equal to 6 over 5 times 0 plus 1. And as you see, we have here 1 over 0, and when the denominator is 0, the result is not defined under the set of the real numbers. So therefore, the x is equal to 0 is an extraneous solution. And now, my dear, you've got all the answers.
Precisely, my fairy godfather and fairy godmother. I really understand it well. So now, the answer to my problem is solved. The given rational equation, which is x equals negative 1 over 5, has only one real solution, which is x equals negative 1 over 5. Because as we do the checking, by substituting the value with the given rational equation, we will arrive to a true statement, which only means that it satisfies the equation. On the other hand, the other value of x, which is 0, is not one of the real number solutions, because again, as what you've taught me, it doesn't satisfy the given equation, as it results to an extraneous solution.
Let me hear you say hey, hey, hey. Alright. Let me hear you say hey, hey, ho.
You hate it when you can't answer an equation even though you practiced yesterday and the day before.
Hate it when it's a rational equation. I got the help of automat but still looks hard.
But thanks to them, all the students' problem is at least we finally understand. We've gotta become much better. We won't get confused and never hard, matter not, even though you're allowed to answer. Then again, yeah, it's easy to handle. You know, equation and how the problem. We're a team, hardworking team. We're the best great team that you will ever see.